So for a local gig that I recently had, I had to buy a wireless microphone to take with me. I haven't owned one in a lot of years, realistically, and I was a little bit surprised by this one. This is the Xvive U7 for wind instruments. After testing this thing out on a bunch of gigs now, I found a lot of things that I do like about this, but I did find 2 flaws in this product. Let's do a quick dive. I have to say, for a budget-friendly wireless saxophone mic, this thing gets a lot of things right. The footprint is small, I love that. It has a rechargeable battery, I really love that. At least from what I hear on the gigs, I feel like the sound is pretty decent. We'll take a listen to that in a minute. And after testing out the range, which I had to kind of do a walk-in thing that was about 100 feet from where I started until I hit the stage, it did that without dropping the signal at all. Fantastic. I honestly can't find many things to complain about this. It actually does a really good job. Especially for a lot of gigs that, may not be on like a super large stage and you don't have crazy range needs. Or I definitely should say, I was told that this might compete with some other things in the same wireless band. Still, it does so many things wonderfully. I have to say, I do think for the price, it's a pretty good buy. I also really like that the transmitter and the receiver are packaged the way that they are. No body pack, etc., etc. Like everything is kind of real small form factor. I mean, that's the transmitter. That's super small. I'll show a picture of the receiver on screen too. The listed battery time, whatever it is, it kind of lines up with about the length of the gigs that I've been playing with lately. I do wish that it had a little bit more juice in it so that if I needed it to last a little bit longer that it could, but I haven't had any issues with this yet. So real quick, let's do a little bit of a sound test. I have this hooked into my Focusrite Scarlett just so we can get a quick idea of what this sounds like. I'll do this in 2 positions actually. We'll call this position 1, where I see most people miking a saxophone on a gig, which is directly in the bell. And then we'll do position 2, which is typically a little bit more of what I like to do because you're getting both bell and keys. Okay, so here's my 2 quirks or downsides, whatever you want to label them as. The first thing is that on the transmitter particularly, this little blue light that you see here, maybe you kind of can't, there you go. When you're playing an outdoor gig and you're trying to see this, this is by the way, is telling you that it's on and which frequency that it's on. It's actually really difficult to see in direct sunlight, which I had that experience twice now on some recent gigs. So I wish that were brighter. I also understand. The second thing, and this is a little bit graphic, if you're squeamish, maybe look away. When taking apart this microphone and trying to put it away in its little case, which by the way, I really like the case that it comes with and that everything is so small, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, taking this apart, I actually sliced my hand open. I wasn't real pleased with that considering I had a bunch of saxophone and bass and drum gigs the following week. So if you buy one of these, be careful when you're trying to take what it is it's this clip taking it off the transmitter. That's what it was. The clip sliced my hand open. So my take on all of this, I think that it sounds good enough for a lot of live local gigs. The wireless range is great. I've not had dropouts. And if you're in the same position where you might need that for some stuff, this is not a bad buy. I kind of enjoyed how inexpensive it was because I didn't have to think about, messing up some of my nicer gear, or like if something happened to this and needed to be replaced, it wasn't that expensive to replace. Overall, maybe worth your time. If you can do me one favor, please like this video and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment if you're feeling extra generous. Thanks for checking this one out, and I'll see you on the next one.